wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
It's not that I didn't believe you guys, because Joker, Better Bachelor. It's not that I didn't believe you, but I'm like, really, I didn't. I guess I'm not pessimistic enough. I didn't think this would be a thing, and here it is. USA Today, which I guess it was a publication at one time. You know, it ain't the Daily Mail, but man or bear, hypothetical question sparks conversation about women's safety. This, and they're taking a side, apparently. It's not the absurdity. Hang on, I might be coming a little hot. It's not the absurdity. This is the first hit, guys. I could probably read something. Sparks conversation about women's safety? You're safer around a bear than you are. Okay. Depends on the bear. As I said in a previous video, grizzlies are different. Black bears are different. I don't know about polar bears. I don't know if I know grizzlies are aggressive, but I don't know about polar bears. Women explain why they should feel safer encountering a bear in the forest than a man they didn't know. The hypothetical has sparked a broader discussion about why women fear men. So my original take was, okay, this is kayfabe or kayfabe. This is professional wrestling. This is man schmuck on a street with a microphone, interviews 100 girls. Oh my God, would you feel safer with a bear or a man in the woods? 98% say, man. But they only focus on the 2 idiots that say a bear. And then you guys said, no, there was it wasn't a man on the street. It was like a pole or something, which I'm informing myself as I go along. I want the natural, visceral, original, Cappy reaction. And that's what I wrote it up like, nah, this is just taking the worst of the bunch and embarrassing and making women look foolish. Well, now we got a USA Today reasonably respectable publication. And the spin, I'm just reading the byline. Women explain why they would feel safer encountering a bear in the forest than a man they didn't know. The hypothetical has sparked a broader discussion about why women fear men. We just assume women fear men. I guess it's already been concluded. God, could this be a biased journalist? Yes. Is the media biased? Yes. Is it all victimhood? Yes. But I'm also fascinated. Is this really what you think? You really think you're safer in the woods than with the bear? The premise is absurd. It's stupid. There's no way. And I bet I was too optimistic. I was too hopeful. Apparently, we'll see how it goes. If you were alone in the woods, would you rather encounter a bear or a man? Answers that hypothetical question have sparked a debate about why the vast majority say they would feel more comfortable choosing a bear. I can't believe you. No, they're not. I can't believe that. Maybe they answer that to be edgy. We're going to act like a cartel. We're going to present a front that we're all more afraid of a random man in the forest than a bear. And then that way they'll treat us nicer, or we'll scare them. Maybe they'll be sympathetic. I can see that, but no, you're not. I don't believe deep down inside, the majority of women think the men are a bigger threat than the bear. The topic has been so hotly discussed for weeks, I was out of it. I was driving across the country as men and women chimed in with their thoughts all over social media. Has a scientific method been applied to this? Screenshot HQ, a TikTok account, I'm already suspicious, started the conversation asking a group of women whether they would rather run into a man they didn't know or a bear in the forest. Out of the 7 women interviewed for the piece, only one picked a man. Bear, man is scary, one woman response. Okay, so this isn't scientific. A number of women echoed the responses given in the original video, writing in the comments that they too would pick a bear over the man. The hypothetical has people split, with some expressing their sadness over the state of the world and others cracking jokes. Some men were flabbergasted. Yeah, I'd imagine. Why aren't men just asking girls out? Even if this is full bullshit professional wrestling, it's made the jump from TikTok, which is bullshit, to the mainstream news. And now it's making the rounds, and now it's going viral. And again, I don't care whether it's real or not. It's being put in front of guys' eyes, and now this information is informing them. Not all of them got a 120 plus IQ. Say, wait a minute, is this bullshit? And all of them have the independent minded. They're like, come on. Now, like, girls are afraid of us more than bears? Why aren't the guys? And the same thing with the TikTok. God almighty. I, again, split kind of on this freedom of speech, private ownership. But God, there's a piece of me so happy that TikTok's getting banned. So fucking happy. I got it. Man or bear? And that makes the rounds. A bear is a safer choice, no doubt about it, many say. Well, I'd like to see some numbers. Let's see if Amaris Encinas, who's a nobody, I don't have to look her up. I'm sure if I click, there's going to be no Twitter followers. Not that that's a major thing. I'm going to assume she didn't do like, I went through the comments section. I added up. It's a 40-60. There were a lot of responses, more than 65,000 under my original post. Okay. This is promising. You mentioned a number. Many wrote that they understood why women would choose the bear. No one's going to ask me if I led the bear on or give me a pamphlet on bear attack prevention tips. Brenda wrote, when I die, leave my body in the woods. The wolves will be gentler than any man. Okay, all right. I want to know numbers. Other TikTok users took it one step further, posing the hypothetical question to loved ones. Meredith Steele, who goes by Babes of Steel, asked her husband last week whether she would have their daughter encounter a bear or a man in the woods. Her husband said he didn't like either option, but he was leaning towards the bear. Hang on. Hang on. I just got to see. It's reported. Yeah. Oh, God. Look at the data. It's reported. I would like to talk about it, but I think it's just going to make the topic too darn long. Hang on. Just bear with me, guys. Yep. Self-reported. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's a friendly bear, he says. Diana, another TikTok user, asked her sister-in-law she choose and was left speechless. I asked her the question, just for giggles, and that's what I thought was giggles. I would rather it be a bear because if the bear attacks me and I make it out of the woods, everyone's going to believe me and sympathize for me, she said. But if a man attacks and I make it out, I'm going to spend my whole life trying to get people to believe and have sympathy for me. I'm just going to scroll through it. Okay. Wow, USA Today has a lot of ads. And now where'd the article go? I'm sorry, guys. It's, how pop-ups are. Now I'm on their tech page. Forbes. Let's just do this. Oh, and Forbes. Wow, I'm not kidding. There's this much of the screen I can read the article. There's a pop-up below, and a pop-up, there's like this little stripe. I want numbers. I'm going to call bullshit on it still. I want to see numbers. I want to say, oh, okay, we tallied up. I'm sick and tired of the ones that got to tally up the numbers. Women choose the bear. Like, what is it? It's not my boyfriend. It's not my father. It's not my cousin. Being alone, unpredictable, strange man is more frightening than being alone, predictable, wild animal. Gut-wrenching responses such as the worst thing a bear can do is kill me. God, that's dark. I'm sorry I did this video. National Park Service. Here, at least they did some research. I know this. National Park Service says bear attacks are rare and most bear encounters end without injury. There are an average of 40 attacks on human by brown bears each year, according to the study published in Nature, about 11 of which occur in North America. More people are killed each year by bee stings than by bears. People play dead if attacked by a brown bear, if attacked by a black bear. I told you they're different, which are much more common in the contiguous United States. The National Park Service recommends to escape or to fight back by kicking and punching the bear's face. Black bears are smaller. If escape is not possible, stay calm, blah, 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 number. Key background. I'm just want to know if they added it up. Okay, yeah, I'm going with my original thing. This is the latest, greatest clickbaity thing. There were no numbers. There was no analysis. It's on TikTok. One of you guys said that, oh no, there's like some number, like an article or something like that, that it was a poll or a data. This was all on TikTok. I'm judging. I'm going to make my ruling. This is theater. This is professional wrestling. This is bullshit. This does not accurately reflect women's opinion of men or how safe they feel around men. Watch, I'll get a bunch of comments. You don't understand. Like, you see, and we're at the point now. I was like, yeah, I believe when you say it, that you feel safer around a bear than a guy. I'll go along with it. But man, there's a huge incentive to play victimhood politics nowadays, isn't there? And there's that okay, if we all act as a school of fish, and we all take this position, even though we may not necessarily agree with it, we'll be able to really get men to rethink. And not that men should be thinking forcible bedroom, not fun time. It's not that, but we're just, okay, we're going to get them. We're going to make them feel bad. They're going to believe we're even bigger victims than we were before. It's like, God almighty. Do you think about the effects it might have on the moralization, not ethics, more like the demoral, whether men have a morale, the morale of men? And what's going to be next? Why aren't the men asking women out? Is that what it's going to be? I hate this fucking war. I want to end. I want it to end. Can I get off the ride? I want to get off this ride. Yeah, super chats. Let's go to the super chats. Flying Falcon, $5. I don't know about you, but I'd rather be eaten alive by a bear than slightly inconvenienced by the mere presence of a man. It's some of the statements are that extreme or bombastic. They're that absurd. They're what's the word I'm looking for? It's statements like that. I know you're spoofing and making fun of it. That's where I'm like, I can't believe that. Eaten alive or mauled, you might survive. You'd rather be mauled by a bear than have a guy ask you out. What really? Those outlandish, sensational comments, I'm sure are, 15,000 comments they said. Urban Hermit, $2. I'm super serious. Man Bear Pig is a bigger threat. And here's another sad thing is, I've said it before, your average guy doesn't want to inconvenience a girl. It's not that he's afraid of you or he's even afraid of rejection. They don't want to inconvenience you. So they got to figure out. Now, they did polling. 75% of women say it's okay if a guy asks them out in public. 25% said no. All right. So you may say, well, the majority of girls want you to ask them out. It's like, yeah, but I'm going to upset or bother a quarter. And even if it's 1 in 4, guys are like, well, do you think about it? Think about it, regardless, sex, gender, doesn't matter. You're just you, okay? And you were going to say hello to 3 people or ask people for directions 4 times. And you know that 1 in 4 you'd piss off. Kind of is enough for you to I don't want to piss off 1 in 4. That's kind of, I like to piss off no one. Yeah, but 3/4 one. Yeah, but 1 in 4 it's kind of, you would say that would constitute, if 1 in 4 people are upset and pissed off by your behavior. One would, I think, for society to function, you would conclude that behavior to be rude, right? Not the worst thing. Most people are okay with it, but 1 in 4, that's kind of rude. What are you doing? There's a 1 in 4 chance you're going to upset someone. When you see shit like that, like this man, bear, pig versus thing, and men are reading the comments, I'm going to assume the comments are 50-50 or they're outlandish. You're just like, okay, it really seems women don't like us being around, because if now let's take it another step and logically go through further. A man in the woods is the same thing as the man in public, right? You don't know who he is. You don't know what his motivations are. You don't know if he has ulterior motives or whether they're good or bad. All right. So a guy is like, okay, I'm just me in the woods. And this happened to me. There's girls hiking and, running, and you're like, hi. And they say hi, generally. But what this is telling all the men who are reading, and it's younger because it skews younger, TikTok, they're saying, okay, a girl would rather be next to a bear than me in the woods, or me just in public. So now if I see a girl in the grocery store, which is not the woods, by the way, and very infrequent, viewing of bears in the grocery store, the guy's like, okay, well, based on what I saw, half the girls don't want me. They prefer a bear as opposed to me talking to them. And I'm not giving these guys excuse. I'm trying to explain to you, you girls are making it worse. You're making it worse. Then again, you guys all know my philosophy. Most women are not interested in most men. And so maybe this is just a good old defense, a front to screen. Like, you stay away. And then, but I don't know if they go to the next step. You girls think the strategy through to the next step. But what if you really like the guy? You want him to ask you out. Oh. Reen Schwartz or $5. Yeah, watch out for hiking, Cappy. Beware ladies run towards the bear instead. I see, and that's, of course, when I go hiking, not a lot of younger people out because I go during the daytime weekdays, so it skews older and retired. But I've been out there, and you say hi on a trail, all right? And the trails I go on, you're not totally alone. There's usually some other people within the next 200 to 300 yards. You're not like totally alone. If you're way off in the backcountry, I could see girls being a little like accurate and risk assess. If you are 40 miles into the backcountry and there's no one, there's no cell phone reception, all of a sudden there's a guy there, yeah, that is a threat. That is a potential threat. 99 out of 100 guys are going to be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Or just kind of, whoa, what are you doing now? Like, whoa. But that you'd be way out. So that's healthy to be like, well, this is a potential threat. But just a guy, and now they're jumping in on it, and you're going, I haven't seen girls in regular hiking, like you're not way off and you're not alone. Everyone seems friendly, which again, I think this is bullshit. I think this is kayfabe. I think these girls on the internet, we'll get these men, we'll score a point in the sex war. And then I go out hiking in semi-remote areas. I haven't had a girl like, oh my God, a man. And I bet you nuts to bolts, if there was a bear there versus me, what would happen? Okay. The situation they pose, the theoretical situation is you're alone in the woods. Would you rather have a man or a bear? Let me pose something to all you. Let's say you run into both. There's a bear and there's a man. You know what the fuck would happen? I guarantee you this would happen. The girl go run into the guy to have him protect her. Guarantee you. The human instinct would kick in like, oh shit, there's a bear. How many of you have seen bears? Any of you seen? I've seen bears over in Glacier and over in Wisconsin, of all places, a small little black bear. You big wide berth, you leave him the fuck alone. But you see like, oh dang. Do you know how quickly my heart jumped up through my nostrils when I saw the mountain lion? A little more predatory. Guarantee you, All this feminist girl boss bullshit TikTok speak is going to go the fuck away if they saw a man and a bear at the same time. Guarantee you they'd be running for the guy. Like, oh my God, which would be an intelligent thing to do. You know, there's two of you now, and it would hopefully deter the bear. And they're hoping that you get in between them and the bear. That's what was it? The best way to how do you defend yourself while hiking in the woods from bear attack? Be the second slowest runner. That's the joke. Yeah, let's throw both the man and the bear. You're in the middle of the woods. There's a man and a bear. You could go run to the bear to have the bear to protect you from the man. You got to run to the man to have him protect you from the bear. The stupidity of these theoretical scenarios I have to talk about. What'd you want to do, Cappy? I just want to be an economist and analyze the economy and write my reports and maybe have somebody like, oh, God dang, housing crash, you say. No kidding. Well, maybe we ought to act on that. Not, who do you think you are? You're not supposed, can't you change the numbers? No, here I am. You're in the woods. There's a bear, but there's also a man. My Steel Yo Blocks, Mr. Steel Yo Blocks, 5 Canadian. Women are all indoctrinated now. They choose the bear because feminism, hive mind. I don't find there might be an element of that. I think because it's TikTok, they're on the stage. And somebody who's a psychologist would know this phenomenon where without even having a meeting like the OPEC cartel, they just know, okay, you are. Oh, yeah, we totally would choose the bear. Burbshide, 5 Australian. Maybe they think they can fix the bear and have it embrace veganism so it doesn't nibble off their face. Oh, Colin K, $2. Kodiaks are being falsely accused. Not all bears. Hang on, now you got me curious. Most aggressive bears. I think the most aggressive bears are grizzly. Grizzly and polar bears. Okay. So you don't want to be hanging out with polar bears either, are the most dangerous. But Eurasian brown bears and American black bears have also been known to attack humans. Some species depredate livestock on occasion, and some bears, such as an Asiatic and American black bears, may destroy fruit or other crops, especially corn. What's a Kodiak bear? Difference between Kodiak and grizzly bear. Kodiak bears, are sometimes called grizzlies due to superficial similarities with grizzly. They're not the same. Look at this bear education. Okay, grizzly bear is smaller, and I think the Kodiak is bigger. Oh, jeez. However, Kodiak bears are larger than grizzly bears, and ranges from 2 subspecies do not overlap. Are Kodiak bears aggressive? Look at this. We're learning about bears today. Only one person has been killed by a bear on Kodiak in the past 75. No, this is Kodiak, the area. I remember when the internet, you could look things up. Polar bears. Polar bears are the most dangerous, right? Most dangerous bears. Polar bears. Black bears. I guess Kodiak bears are kind of grizzly and Kodiak. They're kind of lumping the Kodiaks and the grizzlies together. Polar bear attacks on humans are rare. However, their attacks are the most fatal, with a 67% fatality rate. 92% of bear-related fatalities in North America are attributed to brown or grizzly bears. All right, so black bears, grizzly and brown bear. If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back, okay? Yeah, look at me. Old Ranger Rick over here. Not all bears. A Pringles can with veins, $5. A bear won't get me too 20 years after she gave him a handjob. See, now we're going the other way, guys. We're going the other direction. Going too far the other way. After she gave him a hand job when she got drunk in the woods. See, this I knew it would degrade to this. I just should have watched my Gintama. Colin K, $2. Fuck the bear patriarchy. Hashtag predator privilege. Range Schwartzer, $5. Yeah, Cappy. I'd seen some data on data. It was a chart, but maybe it was the BS self-reporting one possibility. If you get it, Reen, send it to me. Based on what I've seen so far, this is bullshit. This is just more. The Human Society, $2. Women don't like men that much, whether it's 7. Yeah. They don't hate you. They just don't like you that much. I stepped in San Francisco shit, $5. Can you think of anything that men as a group could have done to deserve the reputation they have in feminist circles? You could have been less successful. Men could have, I'm not kidding. I'm sure there's many motivations for feminism, but one is disparities between performances, money, innovation, things like that. And that, as far as my reading and consumption of feminist materials and listening to their arguments, is that financially, women do not perform as well as men. And the only thing that leads me to, like, you get, can you think of anything that men as a group could have done to deserve the reputation? I see. To deserve it, I think it's because they perform more and there's gaps. That's, and some feminists can write in and tell me if I'm wrong. That is their main issue. So is there anything to deserve? They already did it. They have higher income, generally speaking. This latest strain, it was kind of already, I mean, I remember in campus, 3 out of every 2 women are forcible bedroom, not fun timed on campus. The statistics were absurd. It's like, dude, there's either one guy who's really busy or a third of my friends are despicable people. And I don't think either is like, you're just doing it for funding, local feminist camp or, whatever group on college it was they're looking for funding. I don't know, man. I think a lot of it is indoctrination in the schools. A lot of it is victimhood mentality starting in kindergarten. I think the fact that women are going after, online dating has skewed women's perception of who they can get. So they get the guys who want to sleep with them, but not marry them. When the girl goes in for commitment, the guy ghosts them. All men are scum. It's like, no, you were a 6 and you got a drunk 8 and you thought you could get an 8 to commit to you. So all the 8s kept sleeping with you and rejecting you. And then you take that on all guys. So I think that's part of it. Meanwhile, you're the average 5 plumber Joe. You're like, what the hell did I do? I just been plugging leaks this entire time. As a group, no, generally not. No. This isn't to say bad things don't happen or, who here has made a drunk approach? I made a drunk approach, a drunk approach. I've made many drunk approaches. Were they charming and polished as if I was Clark Gable? No. So if you go get my book, A World Without Men, I think what it is, to kind of answer your question, I explain or try to describe to men that you got to view yourself as junk mail through the eyes of women. The vast majority of women are just not interested in the vast majority of men. And you would say, okay, so I ask a girl out, what's wrong with that? Nothing. Just as there's nothing wrong with Verizon selling you junk mail in the mail. But if it happens all the time and you go to your mailbox, you got nothing but junk mail and it wastes your time and it pisses you off. You become an annoyance. You become like a mosquito. So I speculate you're a young little girl, say you're in the 6th grade. Okay, that's when people start dating, I guess. And it's great that the boys are giving you all this attention. But I got to imagine by the 9th or 10th grade, you're kind of sick of it. And I think that's what it is, where it's not even a hate, it's an annoyance. They're like, go the fuck away. And then if you have that couched within indoctrination in school and certainly colleges, the victim oppressor Marxist mindset, if you have that instilled in you, you start to view men in an unfair way, and that, not all girls, you can defend it. We have plenty of girls who defend it. You got pearly things, you got BX is a new gal. We got gals running around here. But I think that has kind of, I don't want to say formed, it's warped women's view of men to be so negative. Ray John, to Canadian, why is the child-free person so toxic and rude? I was pretty polite on this one. Here, there. Do you want me to give you all the finger? There's the finger. Okay, I'm back to my normal self. Ross the Skunk, $5. Go Bears, not sports ball. No, we don't wish death on anyone. Hudson Jackson II, new guy. I think I'd remember a prestigious name like that. $5. I always choose the bear because I can handle a dangerous one, claim self-defense, continue on with my business. Grizzle. Oh, I can always choose the bear, a dangerous one, claim self-defense, and continue on with my business. Well, there you guys go. All right, I had more fun creating the thumbnail to this because I got an idea. I used Perchance AI to create the anime character. I was like, I'm going to give this a shot, and it worked out all right. And I was let down. I realized this is just more drama and theater. Link to below, A World Without Men and the Book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Please read the Book of Numbers so you understand women are generally not that interested. And then if you want to read that part about the junk mail, guys are like junk mail, that's in A World Without Men. So you're kind of like, oh, I see. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.